Hey Tubies, it's Psychic Bob. Well, welcome to Saturday. You know what time it is? It's time for our Saturday seance. That's right. Well, I tell you, I'm so excited to be back with you. We had such a good time yesterday. I want to say thank you to all of you who came out to yesterday's video. We had a mystical time. If you didn't see yesterday's video, you missed out. You got to go see it because it's in the queue right before this video. But we had a little bit of mysticism. We went to the Ganges River. Actually, I didn't really go to India, but I did bring a little bit of India to us. So if you want to see that and learn about doing some water magic, definitely see yesterday's video. And, you know, a lot of you have been writing and say how much you enjoyed that video. Not to worry, we're going to go back there and do some more water magic. This upcoming week, I'm going to prepare this pot. Now, do you remember I said that Ganga Ma always carries a pot of water? This is an actual pot from India, and it's done in copper, and I've got to clean it up. But we're going to take this down and do another offering to Ganga Ma with an actual Indian water pot. So make sure to be here next Wednesday, and we're going to have that. Also, real quick reminder, don't forget, today is the last day you can get my painting, which is called Purple Potential. And this is available at my website for free download, PsychicBob.com. Go get it. If you haven't gotten it yet, get it because today's the last day. Tomorrow we're going to have a new painting. Also, you can get this painted, excuse me, a hiccup here, in a t-shirt. So check out my YouTube merchandise store and get your own copy of Purple Potential. All right? So check it out. Also, speaking of t-shirts, I just got a copy of one of my recent paintings, also in t-shirt form. Blue Reality, which so many of you love, is now available in a t-shirt. I just got this. I haven't had a chance to wash it yet. I always wash my clothes before I wear them, even if they're new. Do you guys do that? I don't know. I'm just sensitive to ink. So anyways, I want to see, show this to you and see if any of you have gotten it yet. So go to my merchandise store and get this Blue Reality. It looks just like the painting. Isn't that great? Anyways, I'm very impressed with Teespring. Teespring is my manufacturer, and I've connected with them through YouTube, and I love them. Blue Reality by Bob Hickman. And on the back, it says PsychicBob.com. So you can be a true fan of Psychic Bob and get a copy of this shirt. We also have it in, oops, hold on, let me get it here, in white. I hope this isn't going to glare out my camera. It's hard to see in white, but it's a lot of glare. But we have it in white as well. So black or white for this shirt. And definitely check it out. All right. Well, we're gonna settle down and have a seance. Now, for those of you who are new here, I am what is known as a trance medium. I go into trance and spirits overshadow my consciousness and speak through me. If you've never seen it, it may be a little strange, but not to worry. I'm in no pain. But we're going to sit down and see what the spirits have today. So I've got to get the lights ready here in just a minute, so hang with us, okay? All right, I've closed the blinds to filter out light. Now I'm going to take down our light. So I'm going to go into trance, and I will see you guys when I get back. Lord ICN, checking out. Oh, greetings, this is Fletcher. Give us just a moment while we get control of the medium's body. Well, it's so good to see all you out there. You got a lot of soul glow happening. And we here in the spirit world are always joyful when we see lots of soul glow. You know, in the last few weeks there's been a lot of fear around the earth. And a lot of people have been retreating and hiding and panicking. But you know, we see from the spirit world the times are changing and people are starting to have faith again and confidence. And well, we tell you, we'll be seeing a lot of healing on the earth in the coming weeks. Won't be too much longer that we'll be dealing with this. Well, we got a few people here want to be speaking to you, so I'll step out of a medium's body. This is Fletcher. Greetings. My name is Alfred. I am echoing Fletcher's sentiments that the humans upon the earth now are in a place of transition. Transition from darkness to light. If one focuses only on the darkness, there is much sorrow. If one focuses only on the light, there is much imbalance. It is balance of darkness and light that makes the earth the school that it is. If you never knew sorrow, you could not know joy. Likewise, if you knew only joy, you should never know sorrow. The human life is made up of these elements, and this is why you come to the earth. You come to learn, to take on lessons, to evolve your soul. If you think that it is important for growth, then you must understand that upon accepting your human body, you entered into a contract that basically said that you agreed to accept all the lessons that would come in the earth life. Some of you are saying, but Alfred, my earth life has been so horrid. How can I have any growth? But when you come back to the spirit world, you will understand that your sacrifices that you made, the sufferings you endured, were with purpose. There is not such things as meaningless suffering. From the human earthly perspective, we know that occasionally things appear to be meaningless, to have no power, no voice. But in the spirit world, all things are worked in order that the soul will grow. Take, for example, my own life. During my latter years, I abandoned my spiritual calling. I became an addict of the opioids and found myself living in a stupor, halfway here, halfway there, never accomplishing much, drifting into abject poverty, homelessness, decay. Was this of any value? On the surface, one would say, no, you abandoned your calling and therefore created great sorrow and destruction. But when I returned to the spirit world, I came to understand that though this was not originally charted for me, I had much loftier goals. It was allowed in order that I might experience another level of humanity. Now, when I look upon the earth and I see those who are struggling with addictions, I have a level of compassion, an ability to help them in a way that I could not before. I have a knowledge that I could not have had otherwise. And so even though my degradation and suffering were horrible by earthly standards, in the grander scheme of things, all things work together for the good. And so I invite you today to consider areas of your own life where you feel that you are miserable, where you are uncomfortable. Could this be turned for the good? Out of your suffering, can you find compassion for others who find themselves in similar situations? Can you reach across with a hand of love and say, you're not alone, I am here for you? Take your sorrows, turn them into glories. Sorrow to glory. It is the goal of earthly life. So do not shy away from your sufferings, running away saying, I'm a victim, I'm suffering. Take your sorrow and find somebody who is even worse than you and bring light to them, bring healing and bring peace, and therefore you shall do great good upon the earth. Unfortunately, it took in my own death for me to awaken to that reality. Do not be as blind as I was. Awaken even in the midst of your suffering and know that you can bring good to the earth. You can change your ways. You walk not alone, for we of the spirit world walk with you. Fletcher says there are others who wish to speak, so I shall not beleaguer the point. But I hope you understand these things that I have said today. My name is Alfred. Oh, greetings, my dears. This is Rose. Oh, such a pleasure to be back with all of you. Do you know, when I listen to Alfred, I am so inspired. That man, I tell you, he's lived from one extreme to the other. When I compare my own life to Alfred's, I say, I had a rather boring existence. All I did was attend important society gatherings and go to church. Hardly a glorious life, if you ask me. Though at the time I thought myself quite grand, I did, yes, I did. But you'll see, my dears, Alfred is telling you the truth. We must take the things that are painful to us, and not only rise above them, but transform them. If you can transform the tragedies of your lives into something beautiful, then you shall truly be a success. Do you know, my vicar used to say, he said, Rose, do not judge yourself by the standards of others. But I'd never listened to that. I used to think, oh, if only I could get that finer dress, then I should be more impressive. All of my, I suppose, acting out was for vanity, for self-aggrandizement. I did not truly care so much for the suffering. Oh, I mean, I did give to charity, and but it was because it was the thing to do. One in our social position did it. But it was not giving from the heart. And what Alfred is touching upon here is that each of you have within you that little spark of divinity, that eternal love. It is eternal love that gives all power to your lives. And if you will embrace that eternal love, then you can truly do miracles. Some people look at people's lives and they say, my dear, how did you survive such horrid circumstances? How did you survive such tragedies? And whenever I listen to people who are asked that question, I hear their stories. Sometimes I sit in awe and I say, oh, I could never have done that or overcome that. But the truth is, if you listen to them, the truths are very simple. They simply said, well, I made a choice. I choose to forgive. I choose to move on. I choose love. Now, they don't always say it in that direct way, but underneath the message is that they choose love. If you choose love, then you bring light to the earth. You will bring power to the earth, power to transform others' lives as well as your own. If you find yourself weighed down at this time, perhaps some of you there, I know some of you out there, are depressed, and you say, Rose, I have no hope. It is the end for me. My dear, there is always hope. And even if, as in some cases, you're near the end, for example, I had a friend who died of cancer many years ago, and I remember sitting by her bedside. Her name was Elaine, and I said, Elaine, you have hope. And Elaine said, my dear, there is no hope. The doctor said the cancer has gone too far. My vicar was there, and he said, yes, Rose is right, you do have hope. Now, to be honest with you, I did not understand exactly what I was saying. I was kind of rambling out of nervousness. But the vicar stepped in and said, you're right. If you accept that you're dying, then you have the hope of heaven. And Elaine said, yes, I have the hope of heaven. And so you see, Elaine moved on to heaven, and I moved on back to my home in Mayfair. And in the end, I think she got the better deal. But those words of the vicar stuck with me. Yes, there is the hope of heaven, though I'm not sure I focused on it much in my lifetime. But it's true, there is ultimately the hope of the spirit world. The truth is, no one ever really dies, my dear. And if you fear death, then you fear wrongly. For life and death are hand in hand. Do you know that you live before you're born? You live in heaven. And when you die, your body only dies. Your soul will just blink and you will be in heaven. My dear, it is not a big drama that the world makes it out to be. So do not be somber and depressed over all of these things. Life and death are together, and you shall not have one without the other, at least not on earth. So I invite you now to consider that you can turn your tragedy into a triumph. You can change your very life into a life of glory. Do not sit in sorrow, but rise in anticipation of good things. And if you do that, you shall truly move towards the light. Fletcher's asked me to step from our medium's body. He says that the power is starting to wane. I do not wish to overtax his nervous system. But when we have the opportunity to come, those of us from the spirit world are so very eager to be here with all of you. I hope that wherever you are, you're meditating upon good things, holding hope in your heart, being strong in knowing that we shall all come through these times of challenges. Yes, those of us in the spirit world watch what is going on, and we know, and you are not forgotten to us, so please do call upon us. Oh dear, the power is starting to fade, and I do feel myself going with it. So do call upon me, and I will come and help you in my room. Well, Tubies, I tell you, I'm back from channeling, and I feel great. Listen, if you've enjoyed this program, and you want to learn more about my life as a psychic, you might want to pop over to my website at PsychicBob.com, pick up a copy of this book, Messages from Rose. I have a bookstore over there, and you can get this book. Also, I have other books, are Ouija Mysteries, the Spirit Board Seances. I am a published author, so pick up some books. And while you're at my website, make sure to get a copy, free download copy of Purple Potential. Last day it's available for free. And if you want, check out my merch store and get your t-shirt. You guys are the best. I love you. Listen, keep it here at Spirit Channel. We got more coming. By the way, if you want to get on my schedule for a reading, I still have a few openings this upcoming week. Call me, 703-825-3929. We'll get you on for a private psychic reading. Private reading is a full hour, you and me, one-on-one. We cover everything, past, present, future, spirit guides, messages from deceased loved ones, all of that, life themes, and I answer all your questions. So if you want to sit with Psychic Bob, give me a call, 703-825-3929. You guys rock. Now, go get your painting Last Day of Purple Potential, and we'll see you back here tomorrow on Monday. Tomorrow's Sunday. Sunday, gosh, all my days are off. Sunday, be here tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. That's 7 Eastern, 6 Central, 5 Mountain, 4 p.m. Pacific. Live broadcast. Sunday night, hang out with Psychic Bob, and we'll take your psychic questions and do little readings for you guys. We had such a great time last week, and I've enjoyed being with you guys. Listen, thanks for being here. We'll see you tomorrow. And until then, may all of you always blessed be.